What's up, guys? It's your boy Giuliano, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm gonna be doing something different. I'm gonna be doing reacting to Ayla losing her hair. Okay, let's get right into it. First, I want to say everybody spam in the chat prayer hands, and I'm just praying for the Prince family because that is just so sad. I could, I couldn't. I know how they feel. I couldn't imagine my child. I couldn't imagine my child getting losing their hearing and all types of stuff. So I know how they feel. So like I said, let's get right into it.
When I first got off the news, I was at the doctor and I went in the car and the first thing I did was cry. And I don't know. I called my mom and I just cried.
Praying hands in the chat. Spam praying hands in the chat.
Turn that bell low, cause we dropping them banks all year long. We got the banks, we got the balls, we got the challenges, yes we do it all.
Before we get into this, I just want to say one more thing. This is the best intro I done ever seen. I ain't even gonna cap to you. When I first seen this, man, it went hard, bro. Me and my little brother be seeing this thing every time.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. How you guys doing? I'm doing all right, and I got my beautiful wife right over here.
What's up, guys? I'm doing all right.
And we are back again, guys, with another video. And we are on our road.
We are on a road.
Hey. If y'all new to the channel, subscribe right now and join the family because we're dropping them bangers back for the rest of 2021. Also, guys, we do post notification shout outs at the end of every single video. So if you guys want to have a chance to shout out on the radios, all you gotta do is turn notifications on. Once you do that, comment down below. But today, we are about to talk about something that we pretty much kept to ourselves for the last 2 months. Our baby girl, Ayla. What's up, Ayla?
Say hi, Ayla. Baby girlfriend.
Say hello. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about, so it's kind of hard to start somewhere.
Yeah, basically, you know.
Let me just put a disclaimer real quick because I know I'm going to cry to this video. I'm already getting emotional. Oh my gosh, I'm not trying to cry. It's too early on in the video.
We didn't even start yet.
I know. I told you guys to be respectful, and if you're not respectful, please do not comment. Please leave this video. This is not fun and games. This is nothing to play about, and we're here just to tell you guys because you guys are family.
Like they said, don't come to my comments either saying stuff. They were bold enough to leave their comments on. As you can see, they left their comments on. They were brave enough to leave their comments on. So don't come in my comments commenting nothing bad, all positive. I want to see praying for the Prince family.
Yeah, I know, like a year ago, man, about a year and a half ago, we was involved in some drama between like us and our daughter Nova. And a lot of people, I won't say a lot of people because we have so many real supporters, people that's going to just ride with us regardless, you know what I'm saying? And so about a year and a half ago, we got to a situation where we made some comments about our daughter Nova, and people took a small clip. They made it, you know,
bad.
They made it bad, you know. People, they'll watch this. People could judge somebody off a 10-second clip, which which is so crazy, but it's like,
but y'all don't really know us.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like our real supporters that watched us since day one, since the DMV Nation days, since the Personally days, from the beginning, you guys riding with y'all know. You know, people are so quick to judge without even knowing the full story. You know, and basically we dealt with a lot of hate. You know, since we started doing YouTube, we dealt with a lot of hate over the last year. I mean, in order to become successful, you're gonna have to deal with hate.
Yeah, hate's gonna come.
It comes with the territory. So that was our last daughter. You know, and now we have another daughter, which is baby Ayla.
Hi, where are you?
So people been just like doing stuff like just like the haters, man. They don't have to do all that, but I'm just gonna keep going on this video. Like I said, spam praying hands in the chat for the Prince family.
My other beer, and we're the creators of the popular webcomics One of Those Days.
And now we already pretty much know what the comments are gonna say. Not like the comments in our YouTube comment section, but like comments like on other platforms once we put this out there. People are gonna judge us. I mean, but it's all good. Yeah, this is what like comments like this is what you get, this is what y'all deserve.
Whatever else they come with.
Any negative comment, you know, they'll turn anything positive to negative, but we try to turn anything negative to positive.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, if you come here to judge, I mean, that's shame on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad for you if you want to comment something negative, you know, about our daughter, about the situation we going through, we in right now.
Honestly, they're gonna have to deal with that. They're gonna have to talk to God about that. Like, they're gonna have to get disciplined by Him because of the stuff that they're saying. And you know, it's people out here that are really rude. But like Damon said, we try to turn everything negative into something positive and just thank God for everything that we are blessed with. Thank God for the situations that we are in. You know, everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. Just, you know, we pray every day, pray every night, pray all the time. Some things out of our control,
exactly.
Which is understandable. So 2 months ago, well, a little over 2 months ago, our baby girl Ayla was born, our second daughter, our fourth child. And basically, we had to stay in the hospital for an extra. Usually, people stay in the hospital for 1 day. Mm-hmm. We had to stay there for 3 days?
It was 3 days, 2 nights.
3 days, 2 nights. And it was because basically she was having a few complications, like, you know, she couldn't hear out of one of her ears, you know, and
if you guys had babies, you guys know that when you're in the hospital, your baby has to do, I think, a hearing and an eye test, like just to make sure everything's still good. And they have to pass that test in order to be able to leave.
Yep. So they actually kept us there extra night. So the doctors or the nurse or whoever the person was, they came in to check her hearing, and one of her ears was good. The other one wasn't
as good.
It wasn't as good. So the next day they came back in the room. They were like, "We see y'all tomorrow morning."
Tested her again,
and the results was the same. So we ended up leaving the hospital, and I think it was a few weeks later or a week later.
I think it was a week or two later.
We had to schedule a doctor appointment because our baby girl had to see a specialist.
Well, no, we had to go back to the hospital.
Oh, the hospital.
We had to go back to the hospital like a week or two later, and then after that, and then we had to schedule a specialist.
So when we went back to the hospital again, for the third time, it was the same result. She couldn't hear one of her ears. And then we had to go see a specialist, and it really sucks, man, because I'm not even able to be there for my daughter. I feel like, and I can't be next to Bianca at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, Bianca went to like so many freaking appointments by herself.
I don't know how many. It's like,
if you was to take a guess, how many?
I would say like in the last 2 months, I went to maybe like 10 or more appointments.
Probably.
I don't think that's good. This should make it where you and your husband can come in there, you and your wife can come in there and do the tests and stuff. Because like I know some parents like they want to be there for their child. So
it was a lot of appointments. The appointments are all over the place. Some are far, some are close. It's like it's a lot of driving. It's just a lot. Mm-hmm. And so we went to go see the first specialist, which was an audiologist. And due to COVID, Damien can't come to any of the appointments. It's only one parent. So we went to go see the audiologist, and they did the test. We were there for a long time, like 3 hours. She passed in one of her ears, like immediately, like super quick. And in the second year, the lady was struggling. She's just like, yeah, so the results I got from the hospital, the results that I'm getting today are actually worse. And she was like, but, let's just not worry about it. I'm going to have you go see an ENT doctor. We went to go see an ENT doctor, and they didn't do a hearing test there. They just talked to me, and they scheduled an MRI because they asked me, they said, does Damien have hearing loss in his family? Do you have hearing loss in your family? I'm like, no, neither one of us. So they scheduled an MRI. The MRI came back clear. Her brain looks good. Both her ears looked good. So then we had to schedule a doctor for pediatrician, and her pediatrician had to get.
Okay, now I understand why they can't go in there because COVID, but like they should still be able to do that. And I wonder if I'm wondering I'm wondering what happened that their daughter is deaf in one ear. Let's just keep watching the video and listening to more.
A urine test. And the urine test was testing for CMV. Now, I don't know if you guys know what that is because I never know that. She was like, we're just gonna test for CMV and we're gonna see what the results are. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. The results came back and it said that.
Don't cry, you don't gotta cry. Well, you can let it out. It's all right.
Playing hands for the Prince family. They're going through some stuff with their. They're going through some stuff with their dad, the brother, uncle, now the daughter. Spam playing hands in the chat.
The results came back and said that she was positive for CMV, and I have no idea what that is. Basically, it's infection or disease type of thing. I still don't know what it is. All I know is that it's normal for adults to get it, and we all get, I guess, sometime in our lives without us knowing. We just have like a common cold with it. So basically, what happens was I must have got sick during my pregnancy.
Sorry.
I must have got sick during my pregnancy, and since I was carrying her and she eats everything that I eat and she drank everything that I drink, I passed it to her through the placenta, and I gave it to her. And there's been multiple times where I would cry to myself, or I would tell Damien, like, this is all my fault. She has hearing loss because of me, and he had to.
Oh gosh. Everybody put in the chat, Bianca, don't blame yourself. It's not just her fault. Sometimes stuff can go wrong and this is just bad. This is just sad. I'm praying for everybody else. Pray for praying hands in the chat, please.
Explaining me that there's nothing that we could have done to prevent this. It's like I don't even know, was one out of what, every 100 babies or something?
I think one out of.
What is it?
I think it's like 1 out of every 100 or 2 out of every 100.
Basically.
2 out of every 100 babies. Well, that's not that bad that only 2 out of 200 babies get it, but it would be better if 0 out of 200 got it because I don't want nobody to have that, and I'm praying that anybody who's watching this video, anybody who's not watching this video, it doesn't happen to you.
They just get it, but it's not like people are talking about this. People are, trying to find a way to prevent this from happening. If you go to the doctor and see the doctor appointments, they don't test you for that. But during my whole entire pregnancy, my doctor, she did say that, oh, your baby's measuring smaller than she should be. And that's one of the side effects of CMV is that a baby could be on the smaller side. The baby could have a smaller head. The baby could have vision loss. The baby could have hearing loss. The baby could have speech, problems. The baby could be non-verbal at all. The baby could be non-functionable at all. Like there's so many things that can happen that we're unaware of. Like it could actually be worse than what she has. And I'm forever thankful, for her just having.
I'm thankful that she just has hearing loss, that she's not like she wasn't born paralyzed, she wasn't born blind, she wasn't born where she couldn't breathe or she couldn't smell or anything like that. So at least it's only one thing.
The hearing loss that she has. Now that's not saying that as she grows up that she won't, have speech delay or she won't have hearing loss in the other ear. She won't, it's unknown. We don't know. All we know right now is that she has hearing loss in one of her ears. And the hearing loss is getting worse and worse every appointment that we go to. I think she said it's an 80% chance that it can go to her other ear. So far her other ear is still good. It's still healthy. She can still hear out of it. And we've just been keeping this to ourselves for so long because it's hard to talk about because we've never had to go through anything like this. All of our other kids are, 100% healthy. Not saying that she's not healthy because she is healthy. She just has that little, hearing loss, which it's not going to stop her from anything. She is meant to be on this world and she's a special child and everything happens for a reason. It's kind of opened my eyes more to make me look at life differently, to make me realize, it's not nice to talk about other people. It's not nice to judge other people because you don't know them. You don't know what they're going through. And it's opened my eyes to make me value life more, because I seen a saying on TikTok, and it was like a saying that I don't know how to explain it, but basically our lives are temporary. All the people that we're meeting is temporary. This stuff isn't permanent, but we have a permanent mindset because of the love we have for people and the way we are on this earth. But it's just temporary. So while you're here, love people, like have fun, do what you have to do. Stop being negative because you don't know what people are going through. And today she actually got her hearing aid and there's just so much that still goes on with this. And I'm just so.
The one thing that is good, she actually has a hearing aid, which means she'll be able to hear, which is good.
I blame myself for it.
No,
It is what it is.
it's not your fault. I mean, this can happen to anybody. This can happen to any of our kids. I mean, there's nothing we can do. Everything happens for a reason, Everything happens for a reason. Our daughter, she's still.
Is it 2 pieces or just one?
Hello guys, I'll be right back. Hey guys, as you can see, I was scrolling down the comments and liking some. Also scrolling down to see just to show y'all some of the nice comments they were showing. Okay, so let's get right back into this.
Very beautiful. And she's very special. All our kids are special. They're all stars in my eyes, and she's gonna be great. I don't think her not being able to hear and want to hear regularly like a regular person is gonna stop her from doing great things in life. She's still gonna be great. Look at her. Just hold her. Look how beautiful she is. Look how beautiful is she sleep right now. Look at these cheeks. Look how beautiful she is. On the way, he said, "Hey, daddy." Okay, daddy.
There's still so much more that I could probably talk about. My mind is literally blank right now. Like,
speak freely. Just speak freely. Whatever's in your mind, you say it. At the end of the day, this can happen to anybody, and it has. Like I told Bianca, you guys don't know, I told Bianca this. I said, at first, when that stuff first happened, when we first found out the news, I'm like, after the first few appointments, I said, everything will be all right. Don't worry about it. And then as Bianca started going to more and more appointments by herself, she come home and she would tell me this news. I'm like, dang, we have to prepare ourselves, for the worst, information, like the worst news. And I told Bianca, I said, well, listen, we always try to find positive in every negative situation. And the first thing that came to mind is this: could have been worse.
that's true.
There's other people out here.
Yes, guys, that's right. It could have been worse, but it's not. Which I thank God for, because I wouldn't like it. I'd be upset and crying too, like Bianca was, if my daughter or son or any of my children was deaf in one ear or the other or both ears. So
Worst things have happened to their kids, unfortunately.
There's actually people who have the CMD where it's like way worse, and I don't know how they do it because I'm struggling with this. And to you guys, it may not be a big deal, but to us, it is because this is new to us. We don't really know how to cope with it yet. We've only known for 2 months, and within those 2 months, we've gotten so much information that it's kind of like, how do you take it all in?
And then COVID don't make it no better because I can't. They won't allow me to go to no appointments.
Exactly. So I have to come home and tell him everything and the stuff that I'm probably forgetting to tell him because I've learned so much. He's like, well, what about this? I'm like, well, I don't know because I didn't ask that question. When I first found out the news, I was at the doctor and I went in the car and the first thing I did was cry. And I don't know. I called my mom and I just cried and I cried and I said,
oh man, come on. The thing that I like about his commercials is when not like necessarily the best, but the part that I actually want to hear, the ad comes.
how are we going to tell people this? I was just like, how are we going to tell people this? How are people going to understand? Like, I don't want people to judge her. I don't want her to get any type of hate. I don't want people to look at her any differently. I don't want people to treat her differently when she gets older. I don't want people to talk about her because people have, committed suicide and stuff for that. Like, people, like, bullying is a real thing. And me and Damien, as parents, we're going to try and do the best that we can to let all of our kids know that they are handsome, they are beautiful. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. No matter what they say about you, just know deep down in your heart that you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're a star. You know what I'm saying? And we tell our kids every day how much we love them. We tell them every single day how handsome and beautiful they are. And I feel like we have to because this world is so fucked up. It really is. This world is mean. And we didn't even want to show her. We didn't even want to DJ and Kyrie, we was already on YouTube, so like we just kind of like showed them. Mm-hmm. But even Nova and her, we didn't want to show them right away because, for example, what happened, when Nova was born, people took stuff and they twisted our words and made it worse than what it was. You think we want our daughter to grow up and feel like we didn't want her to be here in this world? No, not at all. Like, we wanted our daughter to be our daughter, and she's the best thing that happened to us. All of our kids are. But it's just like people can be so manipulative and so rude. And so we didn't want to tell you guys, but we, talked about it, and we had to, because some of y'all are family. Y'all go on the road with us, and y'all are down for us no matter what. And we appreciate that.
And we love you guys.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's like eventually you guys are gonna know eventually.
Exactly.
Because you guys know we do our vlogs, videos.
Kids are in it.
We don't want to just show. I don't want to just, we don't want to just be vlogging and then you guys like, yo, what's that in her ear?
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna see it, and
because it's not like you can't hide it. It's right there.
Yeah. So we just thought it was just, best if we just, come on here and tell you guys. Like a few weeks ago, some of you guys got Facebook, some of you guys don't got Facebook and Twitter. Like it was a video we had did. It was called Ayla's Night Routine. And people had took a screenshot of the thumbnail and they shared it all over the place on Twitter and Facebook. And people were sending it to us and they was making jokes talking about y'all baby look old, y'all baby like an old woman.
She looks like she needs a cigarette.
Yeah, and they were talking about her head got the cradle cap. Now she got cradle cap. We told everybody that,
But it's just like prevent that from happening. It happens to a lot of babies. It's really, really common.
All I gotta say is this. I mean, what goes wrong comes right back around. You know what I'm saying? So don't be out here trying to judge people, kids, stuff like that, because you never know. I mean, God watching over everything. Because eventually you might have kids of your own, or you already might got kids of your own, or maybe you might be already going through something, or maybe you got bullied when you was a kid. You might be getting bullied now, so you probably feel like, hey, I'm behind a computer screen. Let me comment, talk my shit.
Cyberbullying.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta live with the results of your situation. So we're gonna take care of ours no matter what. We're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna keep loving our baby girl. She's so beautiful, and I'm gonna keep loving my wife, loving my family. I scared her a little bit.
She's knocked out, y'all.
Guys, she literally was just up before we did this video. Before we started this video, she literally was just wide awake. I don't know what happened.
She was. I feel like I'm missing a lot, but I can't even think right now.
So you want to show them? All right. So basically, our process of beyond.
Wish you didn't have to pay full price for Xbox gear? This tool can help with that. It automatically compares Amazon's prices to other sellers and
Bianca told me. So, all right. So how does this process work? So like today, Bianca went there you had an appointment today with Ayla, and they gave her this right here. This right here. This is
so small.
This is her hearing aid.
Yeah.
Yep, this is her hearing aid right here. So this goes in her ear, and this is actually a temporary one. And how long?
This one is hers. This piece right here, the small piece, this mold is hers. This right here is a loaner.
Okay.
The reason that we have a loaner is because she needs to wear it for 3 months to see how she's coping with it, to see if, just to see if her hearing's getting worse, if it's helping her. And we actually have another audiologist appointment next month, where she will have another hearing test done. And if her hearing is getting worse, then we're actually going to look into a cochlear implant. With that being said, I don't know I'm not really sure what a cochlear implant is. I just know that it's basically like a magnet. It's surgery, okay? It's a magnet that has to go inside of her head, and then she'll have a piece on the outside of her ear and a piece that actually attaches to her hair. So it's like a magnet. That is for kids who have more of a hearing loss than just like a hearing aid can't fix complete deafness in an ear. Mm-hmm. Right now, she can hear a little bit, but it's just like certain sounds, certain noises without this, but it's not clear. She's actually, first she was in the mild to severe hearing loss, and then it actually went to severe to profound. And profound is like completely deaf. Like when they do her next hearing screening, and if it's completely deaf, we're going to talk about getting a cochlear implant, which is very, very expensive. Which means she would have to have surgery. They would have to go through her brain. And it's a long process, and it's a hard process. So she's going to be wearing this. If you guys see this in her ear, this is what it's for, so that she can hear us, so she can, be able to hear everything clearly. Because now she can still hear. It's just only clear through her right ear. Her left ear, she can't really hear anything out of. So she has to wear that for 3 months until we figure out, if it's working for her or not.
The procedure if she do have to do a procedure. It is very expensive, but at the end of the day, it'll be worth it because she's our baby. She's our princess, one of our princesses. So, you know.
She's so
She is really knocked out. Like, literally before.
But I'm not gonna cap. She look like Kyrie, bro. If y'all look at her, bro, she look exactly like Kyrie, bro. But I'm glad to see this family happy and spending money on their children. And this is good because some parents they can't even afford their children. If their children go deaf, they don't have the money to help them or anything. So I'm just glad they got money and stuff to help them because I wouldn't want nobody. I wouldn't even want my worst enemy's children or my worst enemy themselves to lose their hearing and have to wear hearing and lose their sight or be paralyzed. So.
outfit she wore today, guys. It was a different Nike outfit. It was gray. She pooped all over that thing.
She put through her clothes. It was like, I was like, actually, I gotta say, what's that smell?
Yeah, he did. He was like, it's like sewer.
Like sewer, what that baby Ayla was like. It's her. I was
It's
like,
her.
oh my gosh. Yeah. So now I guess she pooped.
She felt relieved.
She pooped, ate, and now she's sleeping like a baby. Yeah. Literally like a baby.
She's so cute.
So yeah, we just pretty much wanted to share this with you guys. Hope you guys support us no matter what. And at the end of the day, so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for always being here through every situation that we've been in. Thank you just for all the positive comments on Instagram, Twitter, and even in the comment section on YouTube. Thank you so much for all the positive comments. It really means a lot. And people always say that we motivate them by doing videos. You guys actually motivate us by commenting positive stuff.
It makes us want to go harder for you guys.
Yeah, like, wow. So it's like, wow, people really, they really like us, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really love us. They really showing love. So that just motivate us to go even harder and want to just keep doing this, because we like me and Bianca, we type of people, we go on vibes.
Yeah.
Why is everybody so rich? We all want these new kids to feel welcome.
I just want to say one thing right now. Put all praying hands and love the Prince family in the chat right now. Give me 5 seconds to do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the second thing I want to say is don't judge them because their daughter doesn't have hearing. Please don't, because what goes around comes back around, and I don't want nothing coming back around to you. But and also comment in the chat if you also think baby Ayla looks just like Kyrie.
We do this for the people that love us, not the people that hate us.
Yeah, I do want to say one more thing. I don't want you guys to kind of mix up or twist like why I'm crying. I'm not crying because she has hair loss. I'm not crying because she's different. I'm crying because I feel guilty sometimes because I feel like it's my fault. And as a mother, even fathers, as a mother and father, we want the best for our kids, and we would do anything in our power to make sure that these kids are straight. And I kind of feel like if there was something I could have done to prevent this, then I would have, because I don't want her to go through, long-term problems because of me. I blame myself for it because I had it and I gave it to her. I didn't know I had it, but at the end of the day, no, but I'm just trying to explain to them that I'm not crying because she has hair. I'm not crying because she has to wear it or because she's different, because she's perfect. She's special no matter what. If she came out worse than what she was, she would still be our perfect little angel. I just want to clear that up. Some people go, oh, she's crying because her daughter's hair loss. No, I'm not crying because of that. I'm just crying because
I think anybody would be emotional.
Yeah.
But
some people don't look at it like that. People
gonna judge regardless. But at the end of the day, it's our lives. So we really don't have to explain ourselves to nobody. Like I said, we do this for the people that love us. People that's with us on all our journeys.
And one more thing, sorry. And I'm starting to remember stuff.
All right, go ahead.
One more thing. So not only does she have the hearing loss from the CMV, she also has, I don't know if there's a word for it, but she's like on the smaller side compared to me. When she was born, she was 6 pounds, which Kyrie was 6 pounds when he was born. And he's like this big old kid now, you know.
Kyrie got big. All our kids got big.
Yeah.
Nova got big. Everybody got big, man. It's crazy.
But
they grew up in front of our eyes.
Technically,
The best RPG on PC is seconds away. Download now on the Plarium Play Launcher.
in the 50% tile where she like should be averaging, she should be about 12 pounds right now. And she's only 9 pounds. So she's in like the 3%, the 3% for her head size and her body weight, which they check her head size because another side effect to CMV is that she could have a smaller head. So they're just like watching over everything. We go to appointments every single month, multiple times a month, and they're just gonna keep a close eye on her. There's no medication that we can give her to prevent anything from happening. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And those are 2 things that she has.
I'm a special girl.
Yeah.
I'm a princess. Yes, you are.
And she actually has an eye appointment tomorrow that we're gonna see what the back of her eyes look like to make sure that she can see fully, you know. And if not, again, we're just gonna deal with it, you know.
So sometimes, guys, if like let's say like we doing our videos, like if sometimes we miss a few days, please understand that we just trying to just take care of home.
Yeah.
Because home come first before anything else. So if we miss a few days, if we don't upload for 2 or 3 days, just understand that we just trying to just take care of family, you know. Make sure our kids straight before.
Anything else?
We gotta make sure our lives outside of YouTube is straight before it is on camera, because it only makes sense, you know. So just please respect that and just be respectful. Other than that, this is the end of the video.
Positive vibes only, guys.
Positive vibes only 2021. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Let's do our post notification shout out. And who would that go to today?
That goes to Harry Brown Game.
You are our post notification shout out winner of today's video. If you guys want to have a chance to get shout out to tomorrow's video, all you gotta do is turn notifications on. Once you do that, comment down below. But without further ado, can't be too loud because you're right here. But we're gonna see you guys later for the next video. We're out. Peace.
Okay, guys. Positive vibes only. Positive vibes only. I'm out. Peace.